Hi, my name is Bailey.
My name's Hayden.
It's good to meet you, Hayden. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good.
That's good to hear. Have you ever been in therapy before?
No, it's my first time.
First time? Well, how does that make you feel?
I'm just kind of nervous.
Nervous a little bit? Well, I can reassure you that being nervous is normal. That most clients come in for their first session due to, they don't know what to expect. But I want to reassure you today, and I want to kind of just give an agenda out. I want to lay it forward, how our session is going to go today. So I just want you to know that today I want to get to know you. I know a little bit about you because of the information you filled before you came in. But I want to get to know you personally, and I want you to just share about your life and about your circumstances and things you enjoy. Okay?
Okay.
And then we'll discuss present problems or issues that you might be facing in your life, reason for you coming into therapy today. And we'll talk about the structure and the type of therapy that we're going to do. And then lastly, we'll talk about feedback, and I'll ask for your feedback if there's ways that, I can maybe make you more comfortable, or if there's something that we can do better to work together for future sessions, all right?
Okay.
All right. Well, I wanted to just reiterate the purpose and to let you know that today's a simple conversation. I want you to know that if you see me writing, I am just jotting down notes so I can be familiar and remember them so that next session we can start where we left off, okay? Have you heard of cognitive behavioral therapy before?
No, I haven't.
Well, good. I'll share that with you. So, cognitive behavioral therapy is the idea that things we think influence the way we feel and our emotions. Does that make sense?
Okay, yeah.
Okay. And the way that cognitive behavioral therapy is used is to address those problems in situations, whether in the future or within the past, and try to identify those thoughts, the thoughts that are partnered with, the situation and the problem, and then with hopes that we can identify those thoughts and maybe change the way those thoughts or we understand those thoughts so that we can have a more positive outlook on life and just a better overall feel about where we are in life, okay?
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So what brought you in today?
I've just been having a lot of anxiety, and I've been feeling overwhelmed with school and work, and I've had a kind of breakup with a friend, and I've had a lot of unexpected expenses recently to deal with.
Yeah. So what I'm hearing is that you are very anxious. You have a lot of stressors in your life, it seems. Unexpected stressors in school and in work and in expenses and bills, right? And then also there was an unfortunate end to a friendship that you've experienced. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. So you talked about school and you talked about how, you've been overwhelmed. Can you tell me more about that?
For school, I've just been kind of really doing not that well. My grades are pretty bad, and I don't really know how to bring them up. So I've just been feeling overwhelmed with all the work, and I don't really know what to do.
Yeah. And then you mentioned work?
Yeah, in work, I've just been working a lot of days, and it's just kind of hard to control, with I'm the youngest that I work with too, so it's just kind of hard because they're all older than me.
Yeah.
So they kind of take advantage of that.
Yeah. And then the unexpected car expenses you shared?
Well, my parents bought me a car when I turned 16, and recently it stopped working, and it's very unsafe to drive.
Mm.
So I have to buy a car with my own money. So I don't really have the money for it though. So I'm just kind of dealing with that because I don't know if I should get a car again or figure out another way to get to the places I need to be.
Yeah, different from a transportation. And then you did mention that there was a friendship that ended in your life. Can you explain more about that?
Yeah, me and my best friend, we were in a dark path, and she started hanging out with other people, and it kind of just felt like she left me for someone else, like I wasn't good enough.
Yeah. So going forth and hearing these things, remember that cognitive behavioral therapy is a lot about how we think influences the way our emotions and feelings are, right?
Mm-hmm.
So in future times, I would really love to digest and work through each of those stressors, work through each of those problems in your life. But for this specific session, let's focus on one or two, maybe stressors, and then see where that goes.
Okay.
Does that sound good?
Mm-hmm.
So let me ask you, what are some goals that you hope for in this therapy session?
I just hope I can figure out how to maintain my schedule and just kind of work through these obstacles that I'm facing.
Yeah.
And just kind of overcome them and just kind of understand what I'm going through.
Yeah. Well, I think this is a great space to do this, and this is the purpose of being a support for you, right?
Yeah.
Good. So this coming week, what does your schedule look like?
This week it's mostly just school, and I work a couple days and just kind of figure out if I'm gonna buy a car or not. That's mostly what I'm doing this week for my schedule.
Okay. So you got some big decisions coming up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's start with school.
Okay.
Well, actually, let me ask you, what do you feel is most urgent in your life that you hope we can deal with better?
Probably school because the school year's ending soon.
Okay.
So that's probably my most emergency.
Yeah. Now, do you have supports in your school? Or do you?
Yes, I have. Well, outside of school, I have my family, of course, but during school, I have my teachers that I'm close with and some students that I'm friends with.
Okay. No, that's great. So, if school is something that is most urgent that needs to be addressed and discussed, and you feel overwhelmed because of your studies, where do you feel would be a good starting point to maybe eliminate those stressors?
I feel like talking to my teachers maybe and just seeing how we can work through it.
Yeah. I agree. I think that's a good place to start. So, what I'm going to ask of you is that when will you go to school next?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow? Okay. And is there maybe a certain subject that you feel more overwhelmed from?
Math.
Math. Oh, what makes you overwhelmed by math?
Just kind of I don't really understand the
Okay.
And we've been having a lot of tests recently.
Okay.
And I don't really know how to study for them.
Okay. So, I'm gonna ask that you speak with your math professor. Have you already? Maybe you have. Have you spoken with him yet?
I have a couple of times, but that was a while ago.
Okay. So I would ask that you speak to your math professor and just kind of share your concerns about his course, and then um, kind of just share your concerns about this course, and then report back to me, about what his answer was. Like, see if he'd be willing to help you. And I know you said what you said. You got some tests to prepare for and everything.
Yeah.
And then maybe we can discuss how to better prepare for those. Does that sound like something you can do?
Yeah.
Good. And it's good to know that your professors will support you, like you said, or your teachers will support you. So this session is ending soon, and I know you have to go. But before you go, I just want to let you know also, since this is your first session, that what is said in here is confidential, and what is stated will not be shared, right?
Okay.
So I just wanted to make sure you knew that and would feel comfortable and safe with me here, okay?
Okay.
And then just briefly going over our time today, we just kind of discussed what cognitive behavioral therapy was and how we're going to use it to address those stressors in your life, right?
Yeah.
And those stressors being with school and with work and with unexpected expenses, and then with some relationships in your life that have ended. So we're gonna go through those session by session in hopes that your feeling of stress would change, right? Because remember, just reiterating that our thoughts influence the way we feel and our emotions. So that is my hope. Do you have any questions before we close?
No, I think I'm good.
Okay, well, it was nice to meet you, but before you go, I did want to ask for your feedback. How did you feel like today went?
I think it went pretty well. I just really nervous, didn't really know what to expect coming into this, and I didn't really want to come at first, but I'm glad I did because you made me feel very comfortable, and it just kind of helped, talking about it. So I'm glad I came.
Yeah. No, well, thank you. I appreciate that, and I'm very excited to get deeper our next session, okay?
Okay.
Well, Hayden, it was great to meet you.
It's great to meet you too.
Have a great day.
You too.